Okay, I love introducing incredible people who are making a difference by sharing their passion and just being a huge inspiration. And in a bit, you guys are going to hear from my friend Rachel Rattel. She's an endometriosis warrior. The girl's a woman's health advocate and the founder of Raise Your Vibe. She's a community builder who turned pain into purpose, and she's using dance, storytelling, and advocacy to help people feel seen, help people feel supported, and help people know they're not alone. So you are totally going to feel her heart and her fire in the episode when it comes out. And so I just wanted to share a quick clip where Rachel shares one of my just favorite parts of the conversation. I just want to share it with you. So check it out.
Can't be good at everything, and I think it'd be a waste of your time, your own time, to not explore something because you think you're not good at it. There's no rule book, there's no instruction manual on how to live life or how to enjoy yourself. Go have fun, express yourself, dance. If you're not the best in the room, who cares? As long as you're
Yeah.
having fun and you're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, that's all that matters.
Okay, wasn't that just amazing? I'm so excited for you to hear the entire conversation. So make sure you check out the episode with Rachel Rattel. And now let's jump back into today's episode. I used to sob in the shower every morning, just hoping that the sound of the water would mask my agony. On the outside, I looked successful, but inside I was crumbling. It took heartbreak, reinvention, and a whole lot of unlearning before I realized this, that the life I was craving wasn't simply going to arrive, I had to create it. Most people are chasing clarity, confidence, or success, but what they really need is to feel safe enough to be fully seen, fully expressed, and fully alive. Welcome to the All Out As Is podcast, a podcast for brave-hearted humans, leaders, visionaries, and world changers ready to stop performing and start living in truth. I'm your host, Adia, mindset coach, dance educator, and walking permission slip, here to help you untangle the pressure, move with purpose, and build a life that feels like freedom. Each week, we dive into mindset, clarity, reinvention, aligned growth, lessons learned from the hard seasons, and the real behind the scenes of building a business and life that feels like freedom. You don't need to become someone new. Just give yourself permission to live all out as is. So take a deep breath and let's begin. Hey, welcome back to the All Out As Is podcast. I'm so thankful that you're here. As always, I know that your time is precious, and the fact that you've chosen to spend it here with me means a lot. And I'm excited to share with you some things that I hope will also benefit your life and encourage you and inspire you. And by the way, if you hear something that is inspiring, encouraging, and you know that someone else would also benefit from this message, I want to encourage you to literally just pause this podcast and send it to that person and let them know you were thinking about them, because you never know how one little action could totally change the course and trajectory of somebody's life, or just make their day. Could be that simple as well. So I have been teaching for actually, at least 2 decades. Yeah, so about 2 decades. My first job was as a gymnastics coach when I was around 15 years old. From then, I was a cheerleading coach. I coached 2 high schools and a junior high. Then that moved to coaching 3 high schools. So I said teaching, and I mean teaching dance, teaching movement, teaching other people to improve their skills and work on their techniques, all those things. And then I taught Zumba. After that, I actually ended up coaching high school cheer, 3 different programs. I was the head coach of the programs. We did competition team. We did pep squad, which is like for games. We even had song leading squads. So it was a lot of instruction, a lot of people coming in and out of my network, constantly learning, growing, and then sharing what I was learning. And so that brought me into, so all of that was years ago, but I graduated high school in 2001 and began my high school cheer coaching career then. So if you want to do the math, go ahead. So, and here we are, fast forward 2025. I have been teaching country dancing, line dance, country swing, two step since 2019. And I remember then feeling nervous, preparing so much, like looking over the step sheet, writing out all my notes, like rehearsing what it was going to be like, playing the music and remembering when does it start so I can make sure to count people in properly, and just doing so much prep work. And I still felt nervous, and I was okay. But I just want to back it up because I would say even in my younger days, I would get nervous to like step on stage, whatever that stage was, whether it was an instruction stage, a coaching stage, or even a performance stage. I would always get so nervous. Oh my gosh, I have so many stories of me being absolutely ridiculous, including like almost peeing my pants, not being able to eat all day for a competition. And just like being so in my head and like, don't talk to me, even though it's like a team sport, what I was doing. But I would just get so nervous. I'm going to come back to that later because there's kind of this little realization that I had recently. But in teaching line dance and country dancing, I would still get nervous at the beginning. Understandable, right? Well, here's the crazy thing. It's 2025. I've been doing this for 6 years and I still get nervous almost every time I take the stage. And there will be times that I'm like almost trying to talk myself out of it. Like, isn't there any other way that this evening can go? And it sounds crazy, especially if you followed my dance journey. I can imagine that that sounds really strange because my guess would be that my presence when I am instructing and when I am dancing is very confident. And it is in that moment, but it's the prior moment that's kind of the challenge. So recently I was invited to teach at a location that was very special to me and also very familiar to me. Like, I've been to this location so many different times. I've taught there many different times. I'm acclimated with the staff there. I'm acclimated with a lot of the dancers there. But I was so freaking nervous. And on my drive, I'm not shaking. I'm not like physically shaking, but I'm just like in my head. And I couldn't even tell you in that moment exactly why that was. But I'm like, oh my goodness, like it's going to be okay. And I had to pep talk myself. Adia, it's going to be awesome. You're an amazing instructor. People love it when you share dance with them. And I literally, for a 15-20 minute drive, just pep talked myself the entire way. And then when I got there, I sat in the car and I was like, fiddling, what can I do? Maybe more mascara, maybe more lipstick. Oh, there's a text. Let me check my stories. Like literally procrastinating going into this place. And it's to me, like there's a part of me that feels like, come on, Adia, like, are you not past this? And there's another part of me that reminds myself of my humanity and it's okay to feel this way. And also makes me question what is behind this nervousness about teaching or about getting in front of an audience, about getting on stage, about being an authority. And I ended up getting out of the car, and it's like as soon as I get out of the car and I start walking, I just start taking one foot in front of the other. It's like the confidence starts flowing in. And then the minute I see the first person, I am all smiles, tons of energy, and it's totally natural energy. And then I get inside the place and people are excited to see me and I'm excited to see them, and it's just so much energy, so much confidence. And at that, it's usually about at that point, like once I've stepped on the mat, and I'll get back to that in a few, but once I step in it, then comes the confidence, then comes the energy. Oh goodness, a Bible story just came to mind right now. The story of Moses stepping into the Red Sea before it parted, and the idea that God was asking Moses to trust him and just to step into the Red Sea, and that he would part it. But Moses also knowing, if I step in and that doesn't happen, I'm in big trouble. And as you may know, the story goes, he stepped in, or he put his rod in, and the seas did part and they walked across on dry land. But it's like it took the stepping in. And so when I think about the struggle that I often experience when it comes to being nervous, number one, I remind myself that Adia, you just have to step in. You just have to step in. The nerves are so present beforehand as I'm walking to the edge of that riverside, as I'm walking to the doors of that location, that venue, wherever it might be. The nerves are there as I'm in the parking lot, as I'm putting on my mascara, or if I'm checking last text, like the nerves are there. But as soon as I start walking, it's like the confidence. I imagine almost like Katniss Everdeen, like slowly my whole aura just starts to shift into this like goddess of like fire. And that, like, literally, I love her. Just shout out to that whole series and those actors and actresses who did an incredible job. But that's how I feel. And so one of the first things that I would recommend anyone do when they're feeling this way is, especially if it's a familiar situation, remind yourself of the evidence of it going well. Like, look for the evidence. What happened the last time I was here? How did people feel the last time I was on stage? How did I feel the last time I was teaching? Remember that versus focusing on the fear, the anxiety, the hesitation. So I got to thinking, like, why do I get like this? And I had this memory of being back in high school and going out on the competition cheerleading floor. As I alluded to earlier, the mat, I said. I would be so nervous, you guys, so nervous. I wouldn't eat that whole day, and my coaches would tell me, you need to eat, your body needs energy. And I'm like, I can't, I literally can't, because I feel so nauseous even thinking about eating. I just need to get out there, do this thing, get off, and then I'll eat. It was hard for me to be in any sort of conversation with anyone. Okay, if you can't tell already, I love dance. All types of dance, but right now I am so into partner and country line dancing. It is amazing. And my company, Kickstart Country, is doing a lot to really impact the community for the better of wellness, health, mindset, community, socialization, and of course, dance. So with Kickstart Country, you're not just coming to a dance event, you are coming to an entire experience where we're there to serve you from start to finish. You're going to be greeted with open arms and smiling faces, probably a high five or a hug, I should say, and or a hug, because that's how we roll, making people feel comfortable and accepted. But in addition to events where you can learn all sorts of dance styles like line dance, country swing, two-step, West Coast swing, even dips and tricks, and even lifts and aerials if that's your jam. In addition to that, we have social dancing, lots of different activities, competitions, and more. Those are our Kickstart Country events, and you can find those at kickstartcountry.com. But additionally, we have a lot of other services. We offer subscriptions to help individuals who are either dancers wanting to increase their skill set, their knowledge library, or instructors who are really wanting to up-level what they're doing. We have subscriptions, and we have training programs as well. So the Kickstart Instructor Training Program is an amazing opportunity for you to enhance your skill set, feel more confident in what you're sharing with others, and also make yourself a better dancer. We go far beyond the dance floor in this training, and we talk about so many things that are going to help you be a well-rounded instructor or just friend sharing what it is that you're doing on the dance floor. So from line dance training to partner dance training, DJ audio training to judges training, we are building out processes and systems so that you can make the most of your dance experience and serve your community the best. Additionally, if that wasn't enough, we also love providing the dance floors that you dance on. So Kickstart Country Productions has 13,000 square feet of Russian birchwood dance floor. That's the good stuff if you don't know what that means. And we are so excited to be sharing that with others. So check out Kickstart Country for all of these things and more, including our Country Professional National Network, where any type of country professional, whether it's an instructor, a DJ, choreographer, videographer, photographer, event director, whatever it is you do, competition coordination and everything else, if you want to be listed on this database so that others can find your services and find you, this is something to check out. So again, check out kickstartcountry.com to see more of what we've got in store. I had to be just kind of laser focused, which is interesting because, again, on a cheer squad, you're outgoing, you're togetherness. And I was the captain. I was the captain of our competition team for both my junior and my senior year. So, like, why am I getting like this? But these were like some of the things I would go through before a competition. But I'm telling you what, the moment my foot hit the mat, it was like I was transformed. And this huge surge of confidence and energy would just come over me. And I would go out there and put so much energy into my routine. I ended up I did a solo routine once, and I ended up winning the USA Nationals for that routine. And it was so cool because I was so confident and just empowered, and there was nothing holding me back. But literally, if you would have seen me just a few minutes prior, I was shaking in my, well, I say boots, but back then it was Asics, I think, or Nike, whatever it was. So, but I remember that I'm like, oh wow, this isn't new. This is not a new feeling. So it made me think, where is this coming from? Because this is a much deeper rooted anxiety than I even realized. And to be honest, I'm not here to actually share on this podcast where that deep rooted anxiety came from, because I haven't yet discovered it. This is actually kind of a pretty new subject for me to be looking into more. But I did remember my high school experience and thinking how nervous. And then I was able to remember my prior gymnastics experience and how incredibly nervous I was, particularly to get on the beam. I loved gymnastics. I would watch the Olympics and just be like, one day that's going to be me. And fortunately and unfortunately, as much as my parents supported me in my passion, I wasn't able to have as much training as I would have needed to make it to the Olympic level. But I had a lot of natural talent and made the most of what we had. I actually did about 2 years of actual gymnastics from age 11 to 13. In that time, I went from level 2 to level 8. For those of you who are gymnasts or in that world, 25 years ago, that looked a lot different, or not 25 years, 30 years ago, that looked a lot different than it does today, I think. But I loved it. I had so much fun doing it, and I would just try things. I would just go for it. And I increased in skill very quickly. But when it came to competition, oh man, I would be so nervous. I would be so nervous. And as I'm actually sharing this with you, I'm wondering, I wonder if this is part of the origins, because beam was like, I don't want to say it was my nemesis, but it was the hardest apparatus for me. And I'm naturally pigeon-toed. So even to turn out your feet to have your toes grip the beam is really foreign to my body. And I had to work really hard to make anything work on the beam beyond walking or really simple movements. And when I got to a certain level, there was a back handspring that we had to do on the beam. And there's something about going head over heels, like going backwards, that my body just didn't feel safe doing. And so no matter how many times I practiced this, when I would get on the competition beam, I would fall literally every single time. So much so that I expected to fall, almost wanted to fall so I could get through that part and get on to the next part of the routine, knowing, all right, you're just going to eat those points, make it up in your energy and your charisma and all the other things that you do have more control over. And that's what I would do. And I just got into this system. I don't even want to say it's a habit. It was like a system of get on the beam, do ABC. On that back handspring D, we're going to go ahead and let that one just fall. Okay, let's get back on the beam and finish it strong and stick your landing and all the things. But it was debilitating to not be able to just do that back handspring and just land it. And I remember being in gymnastics practice and being so afraid to throw this back handspring that one time my coach said, Adia, go to that beam over there, and I don't want to see your face again until you've done 10 back handsprings in a row and landed them. And I was like, oh my goodness, like that was pretty harsh, but okay, coach. And I went and I like knocked those back handsprings out over and over and over. I like wasn't, for whatever reason, that worked for me. And I made a change right there, right then. But it didn't translate to competition. There was something about it that didn't translate to competition floor. When it came to that stage, again, the beam was the stage at that moment, I would get so nervous and I would in some ways fail because I would fall every single time. I don't know if I stuck one back handspring. There were times that I got close and then I would almost like jump off at the end because I just like gave up that last little fight. But anyway, I was recalling this and I was thinking, okay, I think this has something to do with it. And like, all right, if I were to fast forward to today, what are some lessons that I can extract from 11-year-old Adia, from 16-year-old Adia, from 30-year-old Adia, and from, where I'm at now? And I think number one, like I said, look for the evidence that things have gone right before and will continue to go right. Number two, put in the reps. Put in the reps because the reps give you evidence. I love it when Alex and Layla Hormozi talk about this. They talk about you want to build confidence. It's not just about saying affirmations. It's about putting in the actual reps because you get better the more you do it. You will get better. And so for me now, I don't fall off the beam anymore. And I don't falter much in my teaching. There are times I definitely make mistakes. I want to give you so much grace for if that's you, because literally, y'all, one time I taught a dance that I had taught like literally 200 times, and I taught it wrong. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, this is so ridiculous. It was a super beginner dance as well. But it happens. Our brain gets mushy. We black out for a minute, whatever the reason is. We get distracted. But, so give yourself grace. But put in the reps, because those reps are going to give you the evidence, which was step number one. And then I would say third is give yourself grace. Give yourself grace for being human. Give yourself grace knowing that there's likely something that's so deeply rooted in you that is causing, after like a chain reaction of different elements stacking on top of themselves, like from traumas or experiences or just maybe you're just something that you heard, something that was told to you. There's so many things that are stacking up that might make it a little bit harder for you to just take that confident step forward. So give yourself grace. And then number 4, do it anyway. Do it anyway. Don't let your excuses be the thing that not take you closer to the life you desire, to the life you're dreaming of, to the life you deserve. Do it anyway. Keep moving forward. Keep doing those reps. And when it feels scary, slap on that mascara, slap on that lipstick, or whatever you do to prep for your stage, whatever that stage may be, and do it anyway. Just get it done. All right, y'all. I hope this was helpful. I'm so thankful again that you were here. And I would love to hear if there was something in this that stood out to you, that resonated with you. I would love to hear your story. Thank you. Every time I get these messages, I'm so appreciative of just knowing that me sharing my story helps someone else in their journey. All right. Until next time, I am so thankful and excited for you to live all out as is your way, just as you are. And I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for being here. And if this episode brought you clarity, gave you a shift, or helped you feel more alive, I'd love it if you shared it with a fellow leader, dreamer, or visionary in your life. I always love hearing what resonates with you, so please feel free to send me a DM, and it would mean so much to me if you left a 5-star review to help more people find this space. If you're ready to take this deeper, check the show notes for ways we can work or grow together. Whether you're leading from a stage, in your community, or in your own healing, just remember this. Your power isn't in who you're trying to become, it's in who you already are. So keep showing up, keep moving forward, and keep living all out as is.